obviously what we need is more of the great work to be done to teach natural law into the world. Most people don't know what natural law means. I'm going to show you that in our social media experiment results for the year 2019. But my question that I wanted to go into, which was the premise of the entirety of my Teaching Natural Law workshop, it wasn't about what do you need to talk about to teach natural law. You can go watch my natural law seminar for that, or listen to the What on Earth is Happening podcast series for that. That's all out there. That material's out there. What my workshop on teaching natural law was about was answering this question. You say you want to be a teacher of natural law. You say you want to do the great work. I ask people how many people feel that they are actively out there and really doing it effectively and efficiently, and like 3 people in the whole fucking room raised their hand. And I said, well, that's why you're here, right? It's unacceptable that 3 people, and then if you include myself, 4 people in a room of over 100 are even doing this. But why? Is it because you don't know what to say? I don't believe that's the case for an instant. I don't believe that's the reason for an instant. Most people know why we're in the position that we're in. Is it because you don't know natural law at all? Well, why would you come to a workshop about teaching it if you don't know it? People who are advanced enough in a topic that they want to become teachers of it usually know a whole lot about it, right? So it isn't that you don't know it. You know, I brought people up on the microphone and asked them questions about natural law, and they practically spit it right out there. So we proved you know this stuff, right? You know it. So why haven't you begun the great work of being a teacher of it? Now, at this point, why aren't you already in that position? And you know, you can go and try to answer this in a billion different ways, but it all comes back full circle. It all revolves back to one overarching answer, which was the main premise of all the rest of the data that I gave and put forward at my workshop, Teaching Natural Law. And here's the answer. Most human beings, including the people that say they know enough about natural law to teach it, are not truly literate in modern communications and publishing technology. You'll talk to so many people out there, and especially some people that are around my age, but even a little bit older than my age. Okay, I turned 45 this past summer. I think I am still pretty damn active, in decent shape, and good energy. Feeling good energy with a lot of willpower to continue and do things at that age. And, you know, there are lots of younger people who say that they understand this and want to do it. And even them I would include in this group, but I would really include the people that are around my age or older in this answer to the underlying causal factor of even those people who do understand this material. Why are you not actively putting it out there to others? And the answer is they don't know how. You actually do not know how to effectively reach a large amount of people in the digital domain, that's where the battlefield is at, ladies and gentlemen. The battlefield is not in newspapers. The battlefield is not even in books anymore. The battlefield is not in the nightly news. The battlefield is not out on the street. The battlefield is on the internet. The battlefield is in the digital space. And guess what, folks? It's not on social media either. This was a main premise of my work in this workshop as well. The battle is not in social media. The battle is in content creation. Let me say that again. The battle for the hearts and minds of the people of this planet is in who is going to create the most content regarding either mind control tactics that tell people total bullshit lies and get them to believe it, or the battle is going to be in speaking the truth as to why humanity's in the condition that it's in. and how to get it out of that condition. And here's the answer, folks. I want to go back to this slide. The answer is most human beings, and I'm talking the bulk of the people who say that they understand natural law and want to teach it, are not truly literate in modern communications technology and modern publishing technology. You don't know how to create your own media. You don't know how to publish your media even once it is created. You don't know how to reach people through modern communications media, the mediums of modern communication. You don't know how to reach people using that form of media. And this is why we're failing. This is the main reason we are failing as a movement. In addition to all the communities I talk about not understanding those main things, not understanding true anarchy, true freedom, natural law, the occult, even the mind control techniques that are used against us, which I would consider are part of the occult knowledge, still being moral relativists and still condoning the harm of non-human animals, which contributes to our enslavement. All of those things combined, that's why we're failing. Why aren't those messages reaching the people of the earth? And it's because the people who do have even a modicum of knowledge in those fields, or are specialists in certain parts of that knowledge, you are not effectively reaching people en masse on a wide scale in the digital domain, which is the new battleground for the hearts and minds of people. You cannot go out and just talk to people on a one-to-one level and expect the world to change because you don't know how to do it on a wide scale with technology. I'm sorry, but that makes you a Luddite, a person who loathes the use of technology or fears it and you don't want to use it. Well, you will never be effective enough in reaching people. You will reach a tiny, tiny little speck. And more likely than not, you will not reach anybody who is a main influencer who is important enough to really reach others. You're not going to have people like that in your circles unless a miracle happens. And like I said, miracles are the exception to the rule. Don't count on them being the rule. So the reason that this work is not being done on a grand scale is because it's not because people don't know what needs to be taught. It's because they can't become modern teachers because modern teaching isn't done on a blackboard with fucking chalk. And most people are still naive enough to think that it is. It's not going to be done standing in front of a small group of people or trying to plant a seed with one resistant person. You put your ideas in a formulated, formal capacity that are well organized out to the public in a permanent form that is an archive of your thoughts and an archive of your research and your proposed solutions. Everything I've ever done is on my website. Even people in this movement who are doing the great work, you can't let your stuff be fly by night and not be archived. I see a lot of people, you go to their website and there's no archive of their work. Where is all of the interviews you've ever done? Where are all of the shows that you've done? I see a lot of people that are guilty of this and right in this movement who I feel whose work is great and it needs to be archived. It needs to be accessible when people go to their website. You need to bring it up almost immediately. I've archived everything I've done. We don't know how to use these technologies efficiently. That's why we're getting our asses kicked.